Today we are back with another problem. Today's problem is an interesting problem on strings and parentheses. Okay, so what basically it is saying that we'll be given a string x. We'll be given a string x, and in that string x there will be some parentheses, curly bracket open, close, then third bracket open, third bracket close, curly bracket close, like that. Okay. For example, the function should return true and false for expressions this, true for expression this, and false for expression this. And the driver code prints balanced. The driver code prints balanced if the function returns true, otherwise it prints not balanced. If the function returns true, it prints balanced, otherwise it prints not balanced. So if I take this particular example, if you see, curly bracket is one curly bracket, closing is also one. First opening, then first bracket is also closing. Similarly, these two curly brackets are also closing. So what we can see that this particular problem is a problem on the concept of stacks. Is the problem on the concept of stack. So what is our first task? If we have to make an algorithm, what is our first task? Our first task is we have to create a stack. So what I can write? I can draw a stack over here. You can see that I have drawn a stack over here. Now what type of data type this stack should be holding? The data type the stack should be holding is of a character data type. Is of the character data type. So I can name this data type stack as ABC. Say for example, I'm naming this data type stack as ABC. Now my target is this particular string. So I will make this string curly bracket open, okay, and then I have a first bracket, third bracket, then I have first bracket, I have a third bracket, then I'll be closing the third bracket, I'll be closing the third bracket, first bracket, and the curly bracket. So let us assume that my string is x, okay, my string is x, and this is my particular target, this is my particular values, okay. Now what I'll be running is my first task is I have to iterate over each character of the string. So what are the characters? This is a character, this is a character, this is a character, this is a character, this is a character. So my target is to iterate. So I can write a for loop which will grow from 0 to the length of the string. So I can write 0 to the length of the string. Okay, this is my first algorithm, first step. Okay. After that I will extract the character. So after extracting the character, with the logic which I'll be using is I'll be writing, say if I have I counter over here, so I can write my string x dot caret of I. So I can extract the character. I can extract this particular character, say curly bracket. Okay. What is my next target? So now I have to check. I have to put a check condition. Check condition will be whether this is a curly bracket like this or whether this is a opening curly bracket or not. So if this is like this or whether it is like this. Okay. So these are all opening curly brackets. If they are opening curly brackets, for example, this particular one is an opening curly brackets, then what I'll be doing, I'll be pushing that thing inside the stack. So I'll be pushing curly bracket, I'll be pushing this curly bracket. So I will write push, I'll write push ABC. Okay, I'll be pushing ABC dot. So I can write ABC dot push. Okay, and the value present at that particular thing in this case is this first curly, second curly bracket. So I'm putting the curly bracket over here. Okay, once it is pushed, okay, what is my next target? I will be having similarly another if condition. I'll be having another if condition. So what is my else if condition? I will write an else if condition. What is the else if condition? Will check whether the value which I am putting, whether my character present. So if my character is I, so what I'll be checking, if my character is say ch, okay, I will be checking that particular character is a closing bracket. So how a closing bracket looks like this. Okay, so I'll be writing ch equals to then closing bracket, or ch equals to then a first closing bracket. So I have put an if condition for all the closing brackets. Okay, so if it is a closing bracket, what is my condition? What should I do? When I encounter a closing bracket, say for example in this condition, whenever I'm encountering a curly bracket, I'll be constantly putting that value. So after this value, I'll be putting this particular value, the first bracket. Okay, then again I'll be putting the third bracket. Okay, now I'm encountering a closing bracket. So when my closing bracket is encountered, when I encounter a closing bracket, first my condition is I have to check whether my stack is empty or not. Check, I can write check stack empty or not. Check stack is empty or not. So what I can see is stack is not empty. In this particular case, the stack is not empty. So when the stack is, say for example, when the stack is not empty, what we are going to do, we are going to remove the top element. So what is the top element? This is our top element. Okay, but before that, if it is empty, say for example, we have already removed and the stack is empty, what is the condition which I'm going to write? If it is empty, what is the condition which I'm going to write? I'm going to return a false value. I'm going to return a false value. Okay. Or else what I will be saying, that I'll be popping the top element. Pop the top element. Okay. I'll be popping the top element. Okay. Now, once I pop the top element, I have to check whether after removing the top element matches, whether after removing the top element matches the closing value or not, whether the top element matches the closing value or not. So what is my top element? This particular third bracket. Okay. So I have to check whether this third bracket matches the top element or not. So I'll be checking. First I'll pop it. So what is the condition for pop? So I'll be writing character top equals to that ch. So what is my thing? This is not ch. My stack is abc. So I can write abc dot poll. Okay, so I can remove the top element. So now my condition becomes that now, okay, I have got the character. So I have to check whether it matches the current closing bracket or not. So for that, I will be checking ch is equals to a closing bracket. Okay, ch is equals to a closing bracket. Okay. Similarly, I'll be checking last one. Ch is equals to a third size closing bracket. Okay. So if these conditions are checked, okay. So there's a lot of conditions over here. There's a lot of conditions over here. Okay. The first condition is if my ch is equals to this. Okay. If my character present is equals to a closing bracket and the closing bracket is not equals to. So, and with every single one, there will be an and associated. So with every single one, there will be an and associated. Okay. And associated. What is the and function doing? And it is also checking that the top is not equals to, and the top is not equals to it will also check, and for the first it will also check that it will also carefully check. Okay, it will also check the top is not equals to this particular bracket. Okay, it will also check that the top is not equals to this particular closing bracket. Okay, and in this case it will also check the claw and the top is not equals to the opening bracket. Okay, and in this case the top will check top is not equals to the closing opening of the third bracket. So what you can see, these are all separated by or clauses. Okay. Lastly, if these conditions are being satisfied, then we are going to return a false. Okay. Or else we are going to continue our entire process. And lastly, we are going to return the false if the stack is empty. So return stack dot is empty. So what is return stack dot is empty? Stack dot is empty means we have checked all the condition. We have matches. Eventually there will be a time comes when this particular stack will have no elements. That means when the stack has no elements, that means we can say it is balanced. Or else it is not balanced. Till the time it is not balanced, it will return a false. That if it is balanced, it will return a true. Okay. Till the time it is not balanced, it will return a false. Till the time it is balanced, it will return a true. Okay. So similarly, what you can see now, it has reached this particular third bracket. Okay. After that, my current third bracket is this. Okay. So my current third bracket is this, and my top value is not equals to this, but my top value is equals to this particular value. Okay. So in this case, what will happen? Means it is true. When it is not equals to this, then only it will return false. Otherwise it will return true. That means whenever I'm encountering this and encountering this particular value, it gives me a return as true. Okay. Once that is done, I'm going to remove that particular element. Now I'm left with the first bracket. Now the first bracket is my current first bracket. Okay. The first current bracket, that means when I'm calling this element, I'll be having this particular bracket, and also I have this particular bracket. So these two are equal, means they belong to the same bracket category, and now they're satisfying the condition that they are closing each other. So when they're satisfying the condition, when the top value, which is this one, this is the top value, is not equals to the first closing bracket. Okay, it is satisfying the condition that it has been closed by this. What I'll be returning? I'll be returning true. Similarly, last I will be removing this. I'll be having a curly bracket, and it is, you can see the curly bracket is also being completed by a curly bracket. So this condition is also satisfied. So we are going to return a true. So when all the conditions are satisfied, eventually there will be time that we have removed everything from this original stack, and we are going to wreck with an empty stack. So that is the condition which will say that, okay, that means we are balanced. Okay. Now we are going to do the coding part of this particular solution. So without any waste of time, I'll be writing the coding part. So what you can see, we have written class solution. Okay. Okay. Now my task is to create a Boolean function. So what I'll be doing is static, I'll be writing static boolean. Okay, what I can check, static boolean, what is the name of the function, is par. Okay, so string x I'll be passing. Okay, then I can create a stack, as I already stored, stack of the type character. Okay, stack of the type character abc equals to new stack. Okay, new stack. So I've created the stack. After that, what is my next goal? I have to iterate through it, right? So I'll be writing for int I equals to 0, I less than x dot, okay, and I plus plus. So what you can see that I have iterated through it. I have iterated through it. What is my next target? What is my next target? So obviously I have to take out the character, extract the character from that particular string. Okay. So what I'll be writing, a char ch value equals to, I can check the x dot caret, x dot caret of I. Okay. Once I've checked the x dot caret of I, I'll be checking the if conditions as I have mentioned below. Okay, so if you go back to the video in this previous in this particular video, you will get to see what is the if condition I've written. Okay, so if my if condition is, first if condition is saying that it should be a curly bracket. So first condition is we have to check all the opening brackets. Okay, so ch is equals to ch is equals to a close bracket, or ch is equals to uh, you know first bracket, okay. So all the opening brackets are being checked, so once the opening brackets are checked, what is my next step? I have to put the elements. So I can write abc dot push. Okay, I can write abc dot push that particular character present at the ith index. So what I'll be writing, ch, because I have to push the character. Okay, here I have to push the character. Once the if condition is done, I have to check another else if condition. Now this else if condition is extremely important. I have to check whether it's a closing bracket or not. So I will writing ch equals to, I can write a closing curly bracket, or ch equals to, I can write a closing curly bracket again, or I can write ch is equals to a closing curly bracket. So in all the cases, what you can see clearly that I have mentioned the closing curly brackets. Once the closing curly brackets, we have encountered a closing bracket. Okay, that means the bracket is being closed. We have to again check a base case whether our stack is empty or not. So I can write stack dot is empty. Okay, so if the condition is true, that means stack is empty. So that means return a false. If that means return a false. Okay, after that, what we are going to do, we are going to remove the top element. So I can write the top element as character of the top position is equals to abc dot poll. Okay, so that means I am polling, I am removing the top value. Okay, after that I'll be checking top element, whether the top element matches the current closing bracket. So I'll be writing top element matches the current closing bracket. Okay, so why I have if? Okay, I have if. So in this if, I'll be checking multiple if clauses. So ch is equals to, first condition is whether it's a closing first bracket. So when it's a closing first bracket, what else do I have to check? With this, I have to check and my top is not equals to a opening first bracket. So what I'll be writing is a opening first bracket. Okay, so I have to be very careful while closing these statements. Okay, with this I have to write or. Okay, so what I'll be doing next, I won't waste my time into doing the same thing again and again. So I'll be just pasting. Okay, lastly, now this becomes a curly bracket. Similarly, this becomes a third bracket, and this becomes a closing third bracket. Okay, so what I can see is I have all the if conditions satisfied. Okay, once the if conditions are satisfied, what I can clearly say is, okay, now I am good to go. I can return a false value. Okay, after returning the false value, where I am, yeah, I've completed the loop. I have to check whether my stack is empty. If the stack is empty, all brackets were matched. If stack, so I can write if stack is empty, all brackets are matched. That means all brackets are matched, right? So what I'll be doing, I'll be returning abc dot, okay, is empty, abc dot empty. So I will just quickly running and executing this particular thing over here in my code driver. Okay, let's compile. So I have some illegal start of expressions. If my top not a statement. Okay, what is not a statement? I have to check. I have to again. Okay, so what I can clearly see is if I'm opening it over here, it is closing. Okay, so I have to put another if. Okay, and in the end I have to put another if which balances this. Let's compile now. So cannot find. Okay, stack dot is empty. This is not a stack. This is my ABC. So I have to run. Cannot find Sindel. ABC dot poll. KBC dot poll. Method poll. Method poll. So sorry, we cannot use poll over here. We have to use pop. So we have successfully completed today's problem statement, and I'm looking forward to solve more videos. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe, and it gives me a lot of motivation to solve more problems. Thank you so much.